Hey, what is up, everyone? I guess I'm gonna make a series of episodes throughout this whole semester, or throughout this whole Compsci 2 class. Today we're gonna be going over Chapter 8 and the discussion streams. The teacher did outline a bunch of stuff to talk about, but again, online learning is very difficult for me. I had to go and find a lot of videos to help me understand it. The Zylab books does kind of explain it, but it's kind of difficult to. Let me refresh this. People be like, "Oh, hey, he didn't do his streams. Why is he?" So I did do some of my streams, but reading the text file and writing to it and stuff like that. They do go over it, but it doesn't go over it well enough for me to learn, especially for me being a visual learner. All right, so let's go ahead and go over stream. So I went ahead and created a script already, which you already see here. Okay, so to initiate uh, reading files or creating files, you got to have the fstream included. Okay, so that's to initiate, so you can start, reading files or creating files. Okay, so there's two things that we got to be mindful of. There's an of stream and there's an if stream. The of stream is to write the file. A if stream is to read the file. So that's something that it took me a while to understand, but it's fine. Okay, so let's go ahead and just go over this. All right. So I did create a void, but let's just skip that for now. Okay. So the first thing is I'm gonna create a integer called family amount. I'm going to request the user to the application to request how many family members you have in your household. And then I'm going to do a vector string family name. If you met me before or know me, I love vectors and it's just one of those cool things that I really love. Okay, so I'm going to call for, I created a void called family name input, and I'm going to return the family amount and the family name, which you see up here, right? So you got your integer with the and symbol, family amount, and you're going to have the Victor and family. And what's going to happen is I'm going to ask you how many people do you have in your family, and I'm going to have you enter the amount. So you enter 5, you're going to have to enter that name 5 times. Once you enter that amount, then you will have to enter that name. So family amount is going to be, if it's less than 0, which is here, it's going to continue to ask for your name until it hits that number of 5. So it's going to see out what's the name of the first person, and you do I plus 1. So it's going to count it like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Asks you for the string name, the SYN name. Then it's going to push back that name into the family name array, and it's going to keep on doing that 5 times or 6 times or whatever amount you put here. So once you have that, it's going to return, and it's going to go to the of-stream file, and it's going to create a file. It's going to say, hey, open, just create this holder for now, this fanfamily.txt. Then it's going to go file is open. So I did something really cool. Okay, so we know we're going to call for the name here, which is inside the array, and I did, since we learned this in the Zylabs here, I thought it'd be kind of cool. So I went ahead and said, hey, find anything with a letter P in there, which is fan, and then if it does, do not return it. And then if it has a lowercase p, again, do not return it. So this is what it means when you see this equals equals string colon colon. It's saying, hey, if you see this, do not return it. If you see this lowercase, do not return it. Then we're going to do two things, right? We're going to do a file out the name, because you got to put the file, which is here, right? And then you also call for it here, right? So you're going to say, hey, write this into the file. And then also I'm going to see out so I can see it here on the screen without having to go to the text. Okay. All right. So let's go ahead and run this code. Go ahead and hit run, and let's run this code. So I'm just gonna do 5. Okay. So let's go ahead and what is the name of the person in family 1? It's gonna be David, which is me. Let's do my daughter. Oh, actually, let's do my wife's name, Janny. And let's go ahead and do my son's name, Eli. And let's go ahead and do Parker. That's my daughter's name. And let's make enter my last name, Phan. All right. and let's do that on lowercase. Okay, so now you see that it only returned David, Janny, Eli. Why? It's because of here. I'm saying, hey, find P. If it equals that, do not return it. If find this, if it equals that, do not return it. And this is what the string colon NPOS stands for, is do not return it. If you So it did find it, it didn't return it. You go to my text file and you see David, Janny, Eli. Cool. So this is how you initialize a stream, and this is how you uh, open the file, and then you create like a little holder. Then you open it, you write to it, and you'll close it. If you can't find it, it'll be unable to open file. Perfect. So we talked about of stream file, and let's talk about if stream reading a file. So the only difference is you're going to have this if stream file right here, right? So it's if stream tell the file that you want, which is here. But before you even read the file, you have to give all this information in the file a name, right? So we're going to call it string family name. So again, while file, and then it's just say, hey, anything in that file is going to be called family name, and then we're going to see out family name, and then if there's no file, it'll be unable to open the file. All right, so let's go ahead and run this right here, and it's going to read everything. Okay, so let's trick it a little bit, right? So let's go ahead and do David Phan, Janny Phan, Parker Phan, Phan, and Eli Phan. All right, so let's go back here and run this, and you're going to see it just print all in one line. See, you go, wait. David Phan is on one line, Janny Phan is on one line, Parker Phan is on one line, Phan's on one line, Eli Phan is on one line. Why is it printing it? I don't want that. So to get it print out, to have it print out the whole line, here, David Phan, you're going to have to edit the while here. All right, so we're going to do something called, you already seen this already, get line. All right, and comma, and that, and hit run. So now it's going to be David Phan, and Janny Phan, Parker Phan, Phan, Eli Phan. Now, like let's say in some of our projects, you want to add, if you want to pick up the white space here, and then label this as last name, you can do that. Like from what I did earlier on this last one, that's when you start going for these for loops and if loops. You find the space, then you make it go into a different string name, but then you gotta make sure you call for that string name. So that's my interpretation of streams and what I've learned from streams. I hope this video is helpful. Again, you know, it's really hard to learn online, especially with the amount of work there is here, and I don't know, like, I'm sorry, like, I do get it, like, you want me to read through all this, but it's also difficult too, just for someone that's a visual learner like myself. All right, guys, you guys have a good one, and looking forward to finish this semester with you guys.